Hello, my name is Batbaatar, and I'm happy to participate in the 8th International Conference on Applied Sciences, Engineering, Technology, and Management. Today I will talk about the winter air quality challenges in urban cold climates and the governance insights for the CAMCA region. So I have prepared this with Dr. Tuguldur Yanjiv, Dr. Batkhurel, the professors at the Mongolian University of Science and Technology, and I am a PhD student. Air quality governance challenges in CAMCA region covers CAMCA region in words, which stands for Central Asia, Mongolia, and Caucasia. This study benchmarks governing legal and regulatory systems and compares urban air quality policy outcomes to identify pathways the CAMCA region can adapt for more progressive and sustainable air quality management. The thing is that the winter air pollution in Mongolia is quite heavy, and World Health Organization has issued air quality guidelines contributing to the knowledge base that Mongolia and several other Asian countries consistently exceed the standard requirements, and we have recorded respiratory and cardiovascular diseases, premature mortality, and substantial economic losses for many years now. Although the region countries have introduced air quality legislation and mitigation strategies, weaknesses persist in enforcement mechanisms. Winter air pollution remains a persistent public health and environmental challenge in urban centers across Central Asia, Mongolia, and the Caucasus, largely driven by household coal combustion, biomass use, and meteorological conditions that exacerbate particulate matter concentrations during the cold season. Regional assessments point to persistent legal, institutional, and monitoring shortcomings, limiting effective air quality management. So we need to have an effective governance and the management systems so that we can achieve the results. So the methodology of this research has been around the governance framework and the legal and regulatory frameworks to analyze whether that has adopted the new public management understandings and new public governance framework models and public-private partnership models. So these are the modern public management theories that the democratic countries that has shifted from the socialism during the 1990s revolution should have adopted until now. So in addition to assessing the legal frameworks, we also have included the objectives, policies, the performance indicators, measurement centers, and the actual performance management across different sectors. So CAMCA region and its policy enforcement rate is shown in this table. Comparative analysis reveals that substantial variation in policy tools, enforcement rates, and public participation persist across CAMCA region countries. Mongolia has had 60%, the moderate level of enforcement rate during the 2019 and 2020 winter coal ban and clean stove subsidy policies. And Kazakhstan has shown 80% of enforcement while limiting the emissions and also setting some industrial fines and subsidies. Georgia has shown 75%, Kyrgyzstan 40%, and Afghanistan 30%. So this shows us that high enforcement countries are Kazakhstan and Georgia, and they have seen more results than the countries. So it is directly related to the policy enforcement rate. The weak enforcement and sparse monitoring actually result in poor air quality still now, and fragmented authority and low public participation undermine air quality management, especially in Afghanistan, Kyrgyzstan, and Turkmenistan, according to World Bank and UN Development Program. And this table synthesizes general findings from policy reports, governance reviews, and academic sources, comparing institutional arrangements, stakeholder roles, and collaborative mechanisms related to air pollution governance across the CAMCA countries. In regards to the new public management mechanisms and the organizational restructuring, Mongolia has seen limited partial implementation of the theory, while Kazakhstan and Georgia have used in some cases and also implemented actively recently. Kyrgyzstan has shown limited implementation, Afghanistan very limited. So by using these new theories of public management, actually countries are having best results. Those who do not adhere to the approved theories of effective public management theories, they lack implementation success. So in terms of policy recommendations, we recommend that the effective strategies for air quality management across the CAMCA region countries should look for innovative policy solutions, identifying novel air quality management strategies tailored uniquely to the environmental and socio-economic context of the country itself, and the adaptive governance practices, exploring the necessity of flexible governance structures that can adapt to varying regional challenges in air quality. Stakeholder engagement should emphasize the importance of engaging diverse stakeholders in air quality initiatives for more effective outcomes. That includes NGOs, experts, universities, and academics as well. Integrated monitoring systems, advocating for real-time air quality monitoring systems to enhance transparency and public trust in governance is crucial. And the legal frameworks, policy assessment, and the monitoring results shall also start the next policy cycles. And the policy cycle shall depend on the theoretical knowledge. That we also have to consider institutional effectiveness and the best practice examples from other countries who have already solved the problem. Public-private partnerships are very essential indeed. That is because when the government is trying to monitor everything, do and implement projects on its own, they fail. But rather than that, include private entities, build the project based on public and private partnership models, using specifically the correct model that is suggested by the theory. It is the best way to achieve success. And of course, the funding and resources, community involvement, and collaborative frameworks play important roles. Thank you.